All right, everybody. Good news is this video is going to be much shorter than the last one, and it is our last video of this chapter. So all this video is going to do is work on notation. It's nothing new, it's just the way you write it that matters. So we're going to talk about something called higher order derivatives. The higher order derivatives are talking about taking derivatives more than once. So the derivative, y prime or f prime of x, is called the first derivative of y with respect to x. We want to look at the second derivative. In other words, we want to take the derivative of the derivative. So we're going to take the derivative of the same function a second time. We denote the second derivative like this, y double prime or f double prime of x. Or if you're using, remember the notation that looks like this, dy over dx, you would write d squared y over dx squared. As long as you have a function, you can continue to take more derivatives, and we call these higher order derivatives. When you want to denote this, you write either y with a little number there for whatever level of derivative you're taking, or you write d with a little number there, y, over dx with a little number there, to denote which derivative we're finding. So for example, if that little number is a 4, you're finding the fourth derivative. This is really just about notation. There's nothing really complicated going on here. So if f of x is this polynomial, find the first 5 derivatives. So this is just about writing it the right way. First we would say the first derivative, so we would say f prime of x. Now power rule says just drop the power and subtract 1. So we'd have 12x cubed minus 6x squared plus 2x minus 4. To find the second derivative, we would just put 2 tick marks there. And we would have 36x squared minus 12x plus 2. To find the third derivative, we would just put 3 tick marks there, which would give us 72x minus 12. And to find the fourth derivative, now we don't use tick marks anymore because it's really annoying. So we just write 4, and we would have 72. And to find the fifth derivative, we would just put a little 5 there, and the derivative of a number is 0. So it's just a notational thing. Just recognize this when you see it. That little thing means the third derivative. If we wanted to find the first 4 derivatives of this guy, it's a slightly different notation. So we're going to write dy over dx equals, the first derivative would be 3x squared minus 10x. Then we would write d squared y over dx squared, and the second derivative would be 6x minus 10. The third derivative would be d cubed y over dx cubed, and that derivative would just be 6. And the fourth derivative would be d to the fourth y over dx to the fourth, which would be 0. So pretty straightforward. It's just a notational thing. I need you to know how to write that the right way, and we're going to practice that tomorrow in class.